Picture this. It's 2 a.m. You're doom-scrolling TikTok, and your feed is a literal wall of SHEIN hauls. You see the massive cardboard boxes, the unboxing $500 of clothes captions, and girls trying on 30 outfits in a single 3-minute video. The comments are a war zone of "bestie, link everything," and "how is that top only $6?" On the surface, it looks like harmless fun. It's just cheap clothes, cute tops, and micro-trends that last about as long as a Snapchat streak. But there's a massive twist here that most people scrolling past the ring lights don't see. SHEIN isn't just a clothing store. It's a real-time retail machine that functions like the TikTok of e-commerce. It watches us scroll, it tracks what we like, and then it reprograms actual factories in China almost instantly to match our cravings. This is the story of how a $45 billion empire was built on an algorithm, and why that empire is currently crashing into a reality of ghost factories, human rights investigations, and a valuation that plummeted by $35 billion in just over a year. To understand the mystery, you have to understand the rise. SHEIN's proprietary algorithm is a digital predator. It tracks everything: TikTok hauls, Instagram Explore pages, Google Trends, and even what you're adding to your cart on rival sites. If a specific neckline or a weird skirt length starts trending on Tuesday, SHEIN can design, manufacture, and launch a version of it by Friday. We're talking a 3 to 7 day turnaround. They start with tiny test drops. If the item flops, it dies. If it sells, the algorithm screams at the factories to ramp up production immediately. This isn't fashion seasons anymore. This is content. Clothes as content. The same way TikTok reprograms your For You page every second, SHEIN reprograms its entire product line. And the scale is terrifying. By early 2024, the company was valued at roughly $45 billion. They were outperforming giants like Nike on TikTok, pulling in over $960 million in TikTok-driven sales in the first half of 2024 alone. Your For You page isn't just entertainment, it's the literal demand signal feeding a global supply chain. But here is where the camera flips. We've seen the try-on hauls, but what does it look like behind the ring lights? To find out, we have to go to Guangzhou, China. In 2024 and 2025, undercover investigators from Public Eye and the BBC went inside what locals call ghost factories. These are low-profile, often unbranded workshops tucked into residential buildings and narrow side streets, quietly pumping out the clothes you see on your feed. What they found sounds less like a modern workplace and more like a never-ending survival challenge. Workers described 12-hour shifts, 6 or 7 days a week. We're talking 75 hours of work per week, sometimes with only one single day off per month. And here's the kicker: they aren't paid by the hour, they're paid by the piece. Your paycheck depends entirely on how many garments you can physically jam through a sewing machine before your eyes cross from exhaustion. Now, SHEIN's defenders often point to the wages. On paper, some workers reported making between $830 and $1,380 a month. That sounds okay, right? Wrong. Once you factor in the 75-hour weeks and the unpaid extras, like fixing alterations for free, the real take-home pay for many averaged closer to $330 a month. When the BBC went into a neighborhood called Panyu, now known as SHEIN Village, they found the same thing. Out of 10 factories visited, they found 0 employment contracts. That means 0 formal protection and 0 social security. If you've ever seen footage of the Rana Plaza disaster and thought that was a thing of the past, these ghost factories are a glitch in the matrix. Investigators found barred windows, blocked emergency exits, and fabric scraps piled high on floors, while workers casually smoked in the storage areas. It's a literal powder keg. Public Eye even noted a massive spike in surveillance cameras. Workers believe the footage is streamed directly back to SHEIN so the brand can enforce its breakneck production speeds from halfway across the city. This creates a bizarre split-screen reality. On one side, you have SHEIN's polished corporate slides. They talk about a strict supplier code of conduct and audits that claim wages are twice the local minimum. On the other side, you have the undercover footage of 75-hour weeks, no contracts, and workers terrified to speak out. It's the paper trail versus the actual reality. This reality gap is exactly why SHEIN is currently in a tailspin. Between 2024 and 2025, SHEIN tried to go public, the big IPO. They wanted that big league corporate respect. They first looked at the US, but American politicians like Marco Rubio started asking the one question SHEIN couldn't answer. Where does your cotton come from? In the US, there's a law called the UFLPA, the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act. It basically says that if your goods are linked to China's Xinjiang region, they are presumed to be made with forced labor and are blocked from entering the country. Human rights groups have alleged that some of SHEIN's products can be traced back to Xinjiang. SHEIN denies this, saying they only source cotton for U.S. products from approved regions, but the political mood has shifted. When the U.S. became too hot to handle, SHEIN pivoted to London, but the problems followed them. Human rights law firms and groups like Stop Uyghur Genocide launched legal campaigns to block the listing. By mid-2025, even China's own regulators were reportedly holding back approval because the Xinjiang allegations and the reputational risk were making the deal too messy. The result? SHEIN's valuation, which was once a staggering $45 billion, reportedly cratered toward $10 billion by August 2025. That is a $35 billion haircut. Investors are realizing that "I didn't know" isn't a valid legal defense when the receipts are caught on camera. So, where does that leave us? Gen Z is right in the middle of this collision. We are the ones driving the algorithm. We are the ones posting the hauls, while someone on the other side of the world is pulling a 12-hour day in a room with barred windows and no fire exit. The TikTok clips are still coming. The ghost factories, according to the latest investigations, are still running. But the mystery is gone. We know how the machine works now. We know that real-time retail requires real-time sacrifice from people who can't afford to complain. If our attention is the fuel for this system, what does it actually mean to be a conscious consumer in 2026? Is a $6 top really worth it when it's coming out of a ghost factory? The algorithm knows what you want to wear next, but it's up to us to decide if we're willing to pay the hidden price.